Welcome back to the class, everyone. It has finally happened. We finally have confirmation, not only as to who the new legendary for Jocasta Nu is going to be, but also the juicy, juicy raid details. And I don't even know if I can start off talking about those two things. What has to be talked about absolutely first, and this is, I feel like this is unprecedented. I can't remember a single time they've done something this massive as far as an entire team work goes. But the crux of it is, in the next era, we are getting new Dark Cyclones, which that's not a super big deal. But those 4 new Dark Cyclones are designed to thrive together under Lord Vader's leadership. That means the galactic legend that we've had in game for years now, that has had his own squad that was specifically developed to go around him like Royal Guard and Maul, is just completely getting redone. I'm guessing we won't see a rework with Lord Vader himself, but these 4 characters that we are going to be getting are going to be very specifically designed to bring him to a whole new power level. This fixes a lot of problems. A lot of people didn't or weren't comfortable with Lord Vader's requirements at his overall power level, not really syncing up quite right. But one of the other things that I've actually been complaining about for a while, and I even mentioned with this and recently in a video where I talked about characters we needed, the Mandalorians are really kind of out of luck in the current state of things, because Lord Vader pretty much demands to have Maul on his team, and the Mandalorians, at least the dark side ones, don't have a leader. So this is incredible. I mean, I love clone love almost no matter what. And I do like that they're allowing themselves to be a little bit more creative with it. They're not just completely demanding that they have 501st clones and nothing else works. Oppo is a 501st clone. I'm guessing this will be the dark side version, considering that's what they told us. CX2, for those of you who don't know, that is one of the sniper, like, augmented clones from the Bad Batch series. So again, not exactly the same as what or who would have been with Lord Vader on Operation Nightfall with Vader's Fish / the 501st Legion. And these two, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities looking at both Revenge of the Sith as well as Bad Batch, and heck, even the Clone Wars. One of the primary ones that I feel like we could be getting that never directly fought alongside Lord Vader, which I guess CX2 is probably the same case, is Jesse. He's a prominent member of the 501st, gets a lot of screen time in Season 7 of the Clone Wars, and fits the 2 main criteria. Notable clone trooper, as well as has a lot of interactions being on the dark side. So I'm all for it, because they're not really reworking Vader to the point where he won't work with his current team. So we're not really losing anything. We're just gaining another option. And I would be really surprised if we do not see an overcorrection here with these new clones under Lord Vader, meaning I think the team's going to be cracked. We saw this with Inquisitors. People complained and complained and complained, and I'm not saying even wrongfully so, about Inquisitors prior to Reva, and then Reva came in and was a pretty, which is great, but it seemed like an overcorrection where the squad is so busted, it's really hard to beat, or there's a huge power difference between Grand Inquisitor and Reva, at least as far as GAC goes. So I think we should probably be expecting the same thing in this regard. But at any rate, that's only one of the main pieces of news. The other piece of news is the fact that we are essentially getting an Order 66 raid, which the name hasn't really been determined. Also, really weird that they're calling it Lord Vader raid, and he's not allowed in the raid. That's really confusing. Like, that's actually really confusing. One of those two things should have not been done. Honestly, very strange that he is not allowed in the raid, other than the fact that they might be really trying to make it very one-sided, like very much leaning into the light side. But even then, like Grand Moff Tarkin, yeah, I actually don't like that decision. I'm totally fine with having Grand Moff Tarkin be a alternative leader for the dark side clone troopers. That does make sense. That matches up with what we see in a lot of Bad Batch Season 1. But at the same time, like, why isn't Lord Vader in an Order 66 raid? Like, Order 66 is totally his thing, and I don't know. Yeah, that's actually really odd. I don't think I love that. But in addition to those two things, both the raid as well as Lord Vader's team essentially gave a giant rework. I'm not gonna click on this because the audio will overlap weirdly with mine. We're getting a legendary Mace Windu. That is going to be what all these are leading up to. for the new legendary that is going to be serving alongside Jocasta Nu. This had been one of the leading theories when when the community originally analyzed this legendary, because we all thought it was really odd that Mace, who kind of is the embodiment of what you would think of when you think of Jedi Vanguard, but when we actually go to look at the Jedi Vanguard tag in-game, old school Mace isn't here, which was very odd. So I don't know. I mean, I guess they could have kept both there, so that wasn't exactly tangible and solid proof, but at the same time, it was one of the leading inclinations in that way. And there's 2 other Jedi Vanguards that are coming, and I actually don't love this, and someone actually commented this on a recent video I made, that we probably shouldn't get our hopes up that this is going to be empowering previous older Jedi Vanguards, and unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be right, in the sense that Mace Windu is going to be the new legendary. We're getting 2 new marquees that are probably going to end up on the team, and then Jocasta Nu is going to be the lifter from Conquest. That's already 4 out of 5, so at best, this is going to be like a new Night Sister situation, where it's going to be 4 new Night Sisters on the team, and then Spirit kind of has a lot more viability than she used to. I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that 5th, and this is very selfish of me, so apologies to all of you, that the ideal 5th would actually be my Omicron Luminara. So that is kind of something to look forward to. Not Omicron Luminara, but the upcoming Jedi that are going to be probably alongside Mace as well as Jocasta Nu. And that's pretty much it as far as the news goes. We are getting temporary assault battles that are going to be leveraging the new characters. Unfortunately, I understand why they have to do this. They want to keep making new assault battles, but at the same time, they have to limit how rewards can work in the long term. And it went over really poorly when they tried to start shafting assault battles and really punishing people who had invested, particularly in the older ones and not the newer ones. So instead, it looks like this is their compromise, that they're just going to be for a limited time. So they don't really have to take anything away, at least from what we already have, but they are going to be limiting new ones, which, I mean, they have to incentivize people to get the new characters in some way. And I guess if they're not always doing the focus datacrons for them, this is another avenue, or maybe just a PvE and PvP thing on top of it. So overall, I mean, I'm pretty excited for this. The only thing that I don't love is that Lord Vader isn't required in the Lord Vader raid. That seems kind of dumb. But him getting a new team, and really, even if the team sucks, you can just keep using what we were using before, and then use them with, I guess, Grand Moff Tarkin. The overall raid, I mean, this is kind of where we were leaning ever since we got Jocasta Nu confirmed, and that she would probably be leading up to something. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know, who do you think these Dark Side Clone Troopers are? I've got Jesse pegged as one of them, but you tell me who's the other. But thank you guys for watching. Until the next time, stay awesome.